What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, Michael or Legacy Kill HD back, and I have to start this video off simply with fuck GameStop. They're one of the biggest problems within this gaming industry. They're also the butt end of jokes from consumers and former employees. Too many times we have all heard the stories of trading in games getting insane low prices and employees being treated miserably by the company's management, and not to mention earlier this year when they sparked up a controversy by basically leading their employees to lie to us consumers because of their Circle of Life program, a program which implemented new aggressive quotas that punished staffers who sold new copies of games and led to some GameStop staff deceiving customers or pulling other shady techniques to ensure that they hit their quotas. Luckily, after this outrage, they made some adjustments but also claimed that the vast majority of employees weren't misleading customers. And the company's COO denied that the Circle of Life program placed pressure on store associates to mislead customers on the value of certain products, even though numerous employees reported to Kotaku that they were being threatened with their jobs being on the line, and some even being fired because of this bullshit. So you know what, this is a company that I've over time really grown to dislike, and what they've been doing and saying these last few days makes me even more disgusted and pissed off with them. So to start, let's take a look at this advertisement for Assassin's Creed Origins, a game that I actually am looking forward to. GameStop has this atrocious advertisement which says, "Sorry, this mission is blocked unless you pre-order Assassin's Creed Origins." Oh, and it features a camel making a funny fucking face to distract you from their aggressive predatory encouragement of pre-ordering a game. I have a deep issue with video games purposely excluding content to force consumers to pre-order, and the fact that GameStop thinks that this is funny just makes this even worse. I thought this was a joke at first until I saw it for myself on their website. Whoever was making this advertisement pretty much turned it into looking like a paywall. I understand that pre-orders help with getting an idea of how many copies need to be shipped, but excluding pieces of a game to achieve this is complete bullshit, and GameStop thinks this is a huge laugh. Not everyone can cough up money so easy. Some people only can afford one big game a year, and I could certainly see someone not want to pre-order to see how reviews or early opinions are before purchasing. And doing so with this pre-order practice means missing out on content. And that is a huge problem within this gaming industry that should not be taken as a joke. Well anyway, besides that foolishness, GameStop continued with their jokes on Facebook, responding to a lot of criticism regarding microtransactions. First, they posted an advertisement on October 4th for Shadow of Mordor that says you won't need microtransactions when you're scoring 4 legendary orc champions by pre-ordering. Really? Really, just a big laugh. Loot boxes are something that encourages underage gambling and is something not needed in a $60 single player game that pretty much some of the employees that worked on the game admitted, but the real laugh comes from the comment section and GameStop's hilarious opinions. The big example is coming from a comment made by Logan, who says there's nothing sweeter than a bunch of microtransaction loot boxes embracing the norm of taking advantage of those with gambling problems in single player RPGs. Thanks WB for ruining a game. And you know what? Logan is not wrong. These microtransactions are not needed in a $60 single player game, and the developers pretty much laughed it off, saying the loot boxes are not needed at all, and that they're only there for some players who get overwhelmed by such a big game so that they can get the full experience by using real money to make the game easier, which just doesn't make any sense. And also GameStop gave their opinion on this, saying it's convenience. Not everyone has 60+ hours to dedicate to a single video game. Some parents or busy professionals appreciate the ability to have the option to fast track their playtime to enjoy more games throughout the year, and this just response is so dumb. I've never heard anybody say this. If there is somebody out there, I guess this is a good thing, but there's got to be just a handful. And the fact that these companies, not just GameStop, but Warner Brothers is also making this argument is just dumb, and they really think that a lot of us don't understand that the real reason why this is in the game, to make a lot of money. We get it. But other than just that garbage response, it's been reported by multiple outlets that the 4th act of the game almost forces you to buy some loot boxes. As Polygon reported in their review, does the game ever force you to spend money? No. I'm sure you can get to the end of Shadow of Wars without spending a dime as long as you're patient and persistent, but locking progress through this mode behind either spending more money or doing tons of tedious busy work feels at least greedy, if not predatory. But getting back to Logan's original post, the responses to this are just wow. Logan starts off by responding to some of the initial criticism from people that are saying this is a non-issue with "I'm not going to support a publisher that puts glorified gambling with in real life cash in their games, especially single player games." And someone named Christopher decides to chime in saying, then don't buy microtransactions, LOL simple. You know what, that is such a shit answer, and I'm tired of seeing that, because the more we encourage and let developers get away with this, we get more PUBG situations where people are spending $1,000 for a fucking bandana. This type of shit is unacceptable, and I don't know why people just say, just don't have it. Well, no, that's not an answer, and that's not something that's going to stop this problem within gaming. But as I said earlier, GameStop gave their hilarious opinion, which is, what games do you plan on playing going forward? Activision, EA, Ubisoft, WB, Take-Two have all included loot boxes into their titles. You're really thinning out your gaming experiences. What a slimy answer. Just because all the big publishers are doing this anti-consumer crap, it's not okay. Well, guess what? CD Projekt Red isn't doing it, Naughty Dog isn't doing it, and for the most part, I don't think most of Sony's teams have done this. That is such a crappy answer from GameStop, and you know what? I don't think anybody should be surprised. They're biased in this, and it's clear as day. But I will say, GameStop, consumers don't want this. We get it, you need to suck off these companies, but most of us can see through your biased opinion. Also, making fun of Jim Sterling for calling out a lot of these games that prey upon us gamers is not funny, and just makes you guys look like bigger scumbags. Whoever runs this Facebook page for GameStop also gave an interesting opinion on Jim Sterling's take on cheat codes, saying the following. So we skipped over it, but since you insist yes, it still makes it worth playing. One thing Jim loves to point out is how cheat codes used to be free, and you could find them in magazines and other resources. Guess what? Those cheat codes also allowed you to fast track in games, own all of the guns, unlimited money, etc. I don't think GameStop understands, you know, that a lot of these cheat codes had items that are now just in supply boxes that we have to pay real in-world money for. I don't understand what this point is, but they continue on with, did those cheat codes mean the game wasn't worth playing? Just because you're now paying for some cheat codes doesn't change that the game itself is still worth playing. Quality games are quality games. The value you get out of them is personal and subjective. Well, GameStop's response to this is just horrible, and it's sad. It really is just sad what they're saying. But to finally put all this together, in conclusion, the only way change comes is by not supporting games that implement bullshit, which in this case is microtransactions. Game companies are profiting huge off of video games, and the costs are not rising like some believe. With underpaying employees and avoiding taxes, these companies are just finding more ways to manipulate us consumers, and that is a problem. Also, fuck GameStop, and hope that stock falls to zero. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to smack that like button if you did find this video enjoyable and informative, and let me know your opinion on this in the comment section below. I'm gonna end my rant here. Just GameStop, I don't know what they're doing right now, really don't. But thanks for watching again guys, see you later.